Technology. No idea if voice disabled. Settings window. Lower the volume of other apps when narrator is speaking. Back button. Hidden target. Accessibility. Privacy. App. Home 1. Hidden. Home. System view. System. Windows update. OneDrive manage button. Windows up. OneDrive. Display. Third block. Display. Sound. Sound. Volume mixer. Setting up. Show more set. More sound set. Sound types. Playback. Select recording. Microphone. Headset microphone array 1. Microphone. Listen to this. Quad button off.
The flower loves the action. He gets more saves than snow. With the mask and pads, he looks so rad and he's tough to overthrow. His smile is everlasting and his glove is lightning fast. Now the flower's back in Pittsburgh, so let's savor every pass. He'll be a flower forever. 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 The flower loves the action. He gets more saves than snow. With the mask and pads, he looks so rad and he's tough to overthrow. His smile is everlasting and his glove is lightning fast. Now the flower's back in Pittsburgh, so let's savor every pass. He'll be a flower forever. 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 He'll be a flower forever.
Listen to this device checkbox check. Sound recording.
Has never been seen. Here's Pabalski shooting. Stimmer got through. Loose puck down to the outside line. Rebound. Oh, big save by Fleury. And it is. That's it. And Lord Stanley scratch their names on your fabled cup.
The greatest save in franchise history by one of the greatest players in franchise history sets the tone as we welcome you into a hockey night in Pittsburgh unlike any other. Yeah, it's a preseason game, but you can see the crowd. It doesn't feel like it. Penguins and Columbus Blue Jackets set to battle here at PPG Paints Arena. And we welcome you aboard for a brand new season of Pittsburgh Penguins hockey here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh alongside Colby Armstrong. I'm Josh Getzoff. This does not feel like a preseason game, my friend. It's great to be back with you.
I love the shots from outside the rink. That's what I saw coming here to this preseason game tonight. And I mean, what a time for Penguins fans. And first of all, credit to Kyle Dubas and the Penguins for putting this together. I mean, we're talking about a player that is first in wins here as a Penguin, first in games played here as a Penguin, and then you look at him as his career as well. And everyone in this arena and everyone watching at home followed so closely as he's so beloved here in this city as an athlete. And what he's been able to do in 21 seasons is amazing, and touching the hearts and feelings and kids starting hockey in his 13 seasons here in Pittsburgh. What a night we're going to be having here with the Penguins.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. It's really been a fun couple of days here in Pittsburgh for Marc Andre Fleury back in town. And with that, we welcome in the third member of our team, Dan Potash. Dan, you were there for that packed house Friday at practice. What was that like?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I thought it was interesting. After practice, Fleury said he was cool to be back in his old room, in his old locker stall. Well, if that's true, imagine what he's feeling now, being back in this locker stall here at PPG Paints Arena as he gets ready to take the ice one last time as a Pittsburgh Penguin. Packed house yesterday in Cranberry. So many fans showed up to cheer him on for his every move, and I do mean every move. And of course, he was one of the last players off the ice before he spoke to the media for almost 25 minutes. Now, again, this game doesn't count, right? It doesn't count as far as wins, losses, or points. Oh, but it does count because it's the last time we will see the Flower in black and gold. Lots of excitement, maybe even some nerves, guys. Should be fun to watch.
Yeah, I can't imagine how exciting the energy is building down there at locker room level. But up here in the booth, Army, we can feel it in this bowl around us. You hear it. This city has never really thought this possibility was going to happen again after Marc Andre Fleury went to Vegas in the expansion draft.
This is a preseason game, folks.
And now we get the moment we thought we wouldn't see again. There he is. Here he comes. We'll let the arena tell the story.
Sellout house made Fleury.
We thought we wouldn't see again. There he is. Here he comes. We'll let the arena tell the story.
We'll miss you, Marc Andre Fleury. It's our Stanley Cup final. Let's do it, Flower.
The fans acknowledging Marc Andre Fleury as he and the team hit the ice here, although we'll wait for Marc Andre.
A little shy for once in his life, isn't he?
Yeah, he'll be coming in later on in this game. The third period is the plan for head coach Dan Muse, but a lot within the game for us coming your way tonight, Army, as we have this giant slate of events around Marc Andre Fleury's night. He's going to join us in this first period. We're going to hear from him with Dan Potash at some point tonight. We're going to check in on bench level. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and on top of it, the lineup that they dressed tonight as well. All his friends, the original three that are still here. He's the fourth now to make it from the good old days. But here's a look at what we'll have lined up for you tonight. I'm excited to talk to him in the headset. We'll have him mic'd up and have some moments where he'll join us and he'll join his teammates for the anthem.
There's a shot that we have waited a long time to see again. And the fans are taking it all in. Let's go down to ice level.
If you're able, we ask that you please rise, remove your hats and helmets, and direct your attention to the flag above the ice. Please welcome from Kappa, Deanna Taylor, with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
Stop recording. Current time 0 hours 8 minutes.
At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars do the perilous fight. On the ramparts we watch, we're so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet Pens fans, we have a very special group here to kick off this game between your Penguins and Columbus. It's Marc Andre Fleury's Pens. We got Estelle, Scarlett, and James. And kiddos, how are you going to kick off Dad's last game? It's the Hockey Night in
Somewhere Mike Lang's smiling at that, like a butcher's dog. Marc Andre Fleury. You can see the emotions on him. He's feeling it.
Oh, it's amazing to have his family here, right, and his kids. Think back to how fast this probably feels for him in his career. 21 years, 40 years old. It goes by in a blink, and so to share this with them is incredible. What a moment here to start this game, and he's smiling, of course. He's smiling all day. Last 2 days of practice, he's smiling here today.
Well, there's a hockey game amidst all of this as the Penguins control in the Columbus zone. Coming off a victory here last night in their first home preseason game. That also was their first win of the preseason. A 3-2 come-from-behind victory against Detroit. The shot comes in on the Columbus netminder Elvis Merzlikins. That shoulder to side. Sidney Crosby lets the puck go by deep in the attacking end. He, Chris Letang, Evgeny Malkin, Brian Rust, all out there and all making their preseason debuts here tonight.
Yeah, we're getting a look at a lot of the veteran guys here for the Penguins tonight. I look over also at this Columbus lineup. A very young lineup, to say the least. Their top 6 forwards all out of not here for Columbus that we're used to seeing. Top 4 D. So pretty home advantage, I would say, for this Pittsburgh Penguins team tonight. With an old friend in town.
Yeah, it tends to favor the home team in the preseason, especially before you creep into those final couple of games in the rosters. But it's always a nice advantage when you have 4 surefire Hall of Famers in your preseason lineup.
That's great seeing all those guys out. Mark joining them, Fleury joining them during the anthem, coming out and standing. Long-time teammates. Won 3 Stanley Cups here with those guys.
Here's Ben Kindle. What an experience this must be for the Penguins' first-round pick in this past June's draft.
I can't imagine.
A lot to soak in for him. Harrison Brunick out there as well. He and Owen Pickering a pair. Two right pillars of the Penguins' blue line moving forward. Columbus controls back in their own end. Here's Stanislav Svozil. Defenseman up ahead for Hudson Fashion. Joining Columbus on a free agent deal after spending the last few years on the island. Chris Letang back in his own zone for Raphael Harvey-Pinard. One of the many newcomers to the Penguins fold. Lots of competition in camp and lots of spots up for grabs. And that's across all 3 positions, goaltending, defensemen, and forwards on it.
Yeah, it's been a competitive camp as well. Some guys getting some early shots and some preseason action as well. Penn's cut down rosters a little bit today. Setting guys down to Wilkes-Barre in their camp. So as we chip away here, we get a look at a more veteran lineup here on home ice. And when you think of the guys that are in this game, you mentioned Brunick and Pickering. Of course, he's had time here. But Hayes, Kindle, and those guys with some opportunity to play in this lineup. Big for them.
Talk about opportunity. Avery Hayes out there right now with Sidney Crosby and Brian Rust as he takes the pass from Carlson. Whips it
Audacity window and 0 hours. Real tech audio.
Got down by Luca Del Bel Belluz.
Just delay, and then that shot pass. Able to find guys off to the backside as Russ got a good look there.
Well, yeah, also the
Marc Andre Fleury, you did it. 552 wins.
Essentially new staff. Save goaltending coach Andy Chiodo and video coach Madison Nickel. That is
Name.
Dan
What?
Hughes, the 23rd head coach
Volume
in
decreased to
franchise history, hired in early
Current time 0
June.
hours. Stop.
It's been
Stereo
really
mix. Real tech.
interesting to watch
Current time
his
0
game,
hours. 14 minutes. 51
up-tempo,
seconds.
high energy, and he's out there. What, he lost his voice halfway through the second day?
I don't blame him for the amount. He was out on every session. He was captain of the ship, running everything. He wasn't sitting off to the side. Oh,
here's Rust with a burst left wing. Backhander is towed aside by Merzlikins.
very Brian Rust right there, just blasting down that wing through the defenseman. But yeah, Dan Hughes, talked to him this morning as well, leading up to this game. And the excitement around it. Excitement around him for this opportunity. And very comfortable. I think they always say that when you're prepared, and you work hard, you don't have to worry about so many other things. And he seems very comfortable with what he's been able to do here through camp with the Penguins.
Here's Harrison Brunick, looking the part for the Penguins. The second-round pick a couple of years back, and he has impressed everyone who has seen him play in his early career. As Malkin sends it in, Justin Brazeau, another newcomer, spent last year with Boston and Minnesota.
Yeah, this Brunick, I mean, watching him, and me personally, Josh, I thought he should have stuck around to start last year. He just had such an impressive camp and preseason. But watching him here through this camp and some of the game action, the pop in his legs, his skating is great. He's not afraid either. You saw that last year where he'll step in, he'll attack and use that skating and skill for a young player looking very comfortable.
Kindle creates the turnover. Puck loose atop the crease. Yuki Topitz turns it over again. Here's Kindle to the front, and a redirect by Raquel is stopped in tight by Miznikins. Caleb Jones thwarts the up-ice pass, but Columbus comes back in as Letang delivers a shoulder into Fasching. Here's another impressive young player for Pittsburgh, Tristan Brose, who scored in his preseason debut earlier this week in Montreal.
I'm a big fan of his game. Good, hard two-way game, smart. How about that shot in Montreal? Absolute laser beam. He's got a good all-around style hockey game. Makes me a little more proud, too. I saw him at the Frozen Four win the national championship in Denver. Got my first look at him there as Penguins prospect, and scored a massive overtime goal as well.
Got a collision at the blue line here as Raphael Harvey-Pinard loses his lid. He'll put it back on.
The Mama's right in there in the mix. The longtime veteran Smith coming to have something to say to him.
Here's a look at Sergei Miroshov. Pretty interesting, the Marc Andre Fleury and Miroshov are the goaltenders here tonight. And this guy, just like Harrison Brunick, has turned heads at every level he's played in the Penguins organization. Set records last year in Wilkes-Barre and Wheeling. Across from him, Elvis Merzlikins, the veteran netminder for Columbus, entering his 7th season.
Miroshov doing that damage in a fairly short amount of time. What he's done in Wilkes-Barre, down in Wheeling. Goaltenders, it's totally normal for goalies to be down there in the East Coast Hockey League. A little bit of time there, they work their way up. The pucks are the same down there, I think, Josh.
Well, he's 21.
Yeah, he's young.
Give him the seasoning. Won 13 straight games with the Nailers. Yet to see a shot here tonight so far.
Well, he's shown well through his early start to his young career. A lot of people excited about him, I'll tell you. It's just timing, right? When are you ready?
EQ16K Hertz.
Slider 70.
That's
Front left speaker. Main.
goes for a lot of
Devices.
guys.
1 of 1.
Which one's this? Is like the Spider-Man meme where the Spider-Man's pointing at each other. Nick Bonino, ex-Penguin, legend, Stanley Cup champion, joining this coaching staff with Dan Muse as well. Go to the same barber. Potash might have hooked him up.
Oh, that's low. But I kind of love it. Penguins back in their own end. Here's Brunick. Pickering unable to handle that. Igor Chinakhov pushes deeper. Brunick shrugs off the cylinder
Oh, what a play. Under pressure, just scoots away from Sillinger and makes a play under pressure along the wall as Brunick. Here's an example of his skating.
Well, we're scoreless here early on in the Berg, but isn't that a sight to see? Back in black.
Getting excited for the new season? So are we. But before they drop the puck, we're rolling out a full slate of preseason action.
And Marc Andre Fleury, including his family. We saw them do a hockey night in Pittsburgh for the start of the game.
Best seat in the house. They're the best seat in the house, right next to Dad.
He wasted all his per diem.
You know, and to Kyle Dubas's point, and his crew up there, watching, analyzing, scouting.
YouTube video player group.
To his point about Marc Andre Fleury, I was wondering, like, you know, we saw him in practice the other day. They saw him at pregame skate today. It's just the element that he brings as himself to the ice with, like, the fun-loving, work ethic guy that can just take all the shots. Like, he hasn't changed a bit. 40 years old, but it's that's what Kyle Dubas is talking about. That's what he got to see at World Championships. Fantilli on this Columbus team, not in the lineup, said he's one of the best teammates he ever played with.
Murashov, first couple of tests of the night, both from Brendan Gaunce, both stopped by the 21-year-old Russian.
Current time 0 hours 20
That's
minutes
what you
29.
get with him, and that's what he's been through his whole career. I was talking to him this morning, Josh. I was like, oh, yeah, hey, what are you thinking about being out here? Because you think you walk into a new room, it might be awkward. He's like, man, I have more fun in practice than I do in games sometimes. I get way more shots. And then he can be himself and be a goofball. And there's Fleury loving Murashov's action. A couple saves. One bounce out of his gloves, but able to squeeze that second opportunity. No trouble around him on that one. Fleury's loving it. Can you imagine coming back on a TV timeout and Fleury sets the water bottle up there for you?
Another stop from Murashov. That one, a drive from Damon Hunt. All of a sudden, Sergei Murashov busy, but up to the task.
What a blessing. Just having him come and do. What a move by Dubas and the Penguins to put this out there and see if this would work, to have Marc come back to Pittsburgh and not do the same old, there's always certain guys that drop into that category of guys that you would do this for. Obviously, Marc's career and time as a Penguin is one of those guys, no question. But to be able to come in and sit on the bench and then get in a game here, this place, the roof will blow off. But this is an awesome idea just to get one more thank you and farewell.
Pens back in, Koivunen centering pass, thrown in front, great save, Merzlikins in tight on Kindle. Some pretty passing there from the Penguins, but Merzlikins the answer.
Yeah, great execution, getting him to go from his right to left, sprawled out, and the young fella, Kindle, almost potted one there on a sold-out barn, I think, right now. This game is sold out. Amazing to see.
At the point, Parker Wotherspoon across for Carlson. Shot change direction. Merzlikins the stop. And Oivar Keskinen makes his way out of his own zone. Will dump it in.
Two big saves from Merzlikins. And a long ranger just now through traffic.
Brazeau off to Malkin. Skate to stick. Rumbles in. Throws it back to the front. Stick save, Merzlikins. Swatted up the wall. Wotherspoon's drive is deflected wide. Erica Branson up ahead. And McCune stepped into by Carlson, but avoided it. Keskinen.
Have you seen Carlson step up and get physical like that? Look at Gino just swoops in. I'll take that. Well, Carlson almost with a massive hit, stepping up through the neutral zone. Good luck controlling that line of Malkin with Mantha and Brazeau on it. It's a monster line. It's just an absolute monster line. You got to worry about Carlson doing that, though. Here's a look at that chance, just entering the execution, the playmaking. Kindle and Merzlikins just shutting the door on him, back door. And here's Carlson just working that magic. It looked like a little tip up top. Right there from Brazeau. And here's that hit, just heads up. He's sneaky. He'll go forward. Usually picking off pucks. This time playing the man is Erik Karlsson.
Caleb Jones back into his own zone. A swing around for Boko Imama. Up comes cross ice. Picked up there by Cole Sillinger. One of the few guys that we can pretty much expect to see in Columbus's opening night lineup in their lineup here tonight. Penalty coming up to Pittsburgh. High stick.
Just a little errant stick and a stick battle just inside the Penguins' blue line. Looks like Caleb Jones will be sitting for this.
2 minutes for high sticking.
Didn't cut him, just a 2-minute penalty. Here's a look at it. These players kind of converge on the puck here. Just that little stick lift. He tried to get under his stick, and when he misses, and this was off just like a execution on a breakout where the puck was able to stay in there. You see the little work on the penalty kill here now for the Penguins.
Columbus gets the game's first power play. And a lot of guys that normally would not see PP1 opportunities for the Jackets getting a chance here for Dean Evason's team tonight.
I don't know, Olivier's out there. How many power play goals did he have?
Good point.
He had a career year last year.
Yeah, 18 goals total for a guy who's made his living with his fists, but it was his hands last year in a different way. The career high in goals, got himself a 6-year contract with Columbus.
A great year for him. 139 penalty minutes too, so a career year in that as well. Top all the goals and points. He's a tough dude.
There's Chinakab, who can wire it when given a chance. Sends it over to Jake Christensen. Dead right side, Luca Del Bel-Belouz. Putting it down low for Olivier. Del Bel-Belouz over to Christensen. Back over to Del Bel-Belouz. I'll say it as many times as he needs me to.
Great, fun name to say.
It is a fun name to say. Christensen's wrist shot is stopped by Miroshov. Well, there's still time to lock in a season membership for the upcoming season. Get exclusive benefits with a full or half-season membership. 12-pack plans also available. Memories are made at PPG Paints Arena, and you can learn more at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Everyone running to their TV to get a picture of that QR code. That's what I picture when we show those.
Oh, yeah. You're so technologically advanced. I mean, you're all about the
I'm a boomer, bud. I'm a boomer. I am not dialed on the technology. I wish I was.
Here's Olivier back in. 50 seconds on the Columbus power plays with the midway point of his first period. Sillinger the keep, rubs it down. Up top, Christensen back over to Cole Sillinger. There's Jake Christensen sending it right wing. Chinakab looks, snaps one up over the net. Sillinger turns it over. Harvey Pinard, a quick clear all the way down.
Great job by Bros off of that shot, that missed shot. Sillinger's trying to gather it on the wall. He wasted no time, jumped right on him. Quick turnover down the ice it went. That's reading, reacting. That's where Bros, I could see him doing that too, right? He possesses that style of game, but he could be a good penalty killer here for the Penguins.
Parker Wotherspoon holds his ground there. Another quick clear as Gauntz will jump right in for Columbus. Final seconds of the minor to Caleb Jones. He's up and out of the box as the puck comes back down to the Columbus zone. Damon Hunt, the outlet. Gauntz redirects it in. Carlson retrieves for Pittsburgh. Cross-ice pass bouncing and handled by Koivunen. Joey Koivunen opens up, centers down low, and a toe save by Merzlikins as Crosby was lurking. Well, Sidney Crosby spent a lot of time around that man in his career. Marc Andre Fleury joins us from the bench next.
Every product Brunt makes is named after one of my buddies in the trades who inspired it and helped us design it. Matt Marin, Union Drywaller, needed a wedge boot with serious comfort. Tony Tora, Army veteran and jack of all trades, needed a paint that's built tough and versatile. And John Chevlin, contractor and business owner, needed a work hoodie that performs.
No creativity.
And we have the man himself joining us now from the Penguins bench, Marc Andre Fleury. First of all, Flower, can't thank you enough for taking the time. What has the last couple days, and particularly last couple of minutes, been like for you?
Last couple of days, I don't know, first thing in my mind is just fun. You know, it's awesome being around the guys in the locker room or behind the ice too. Still have the same routine a bit, you know, the competition and the ice and practice and stuff. And but, you know, being here tonight with obviously a full building, you know, for preseason and people cheering, so many signs and warm up to it. I don't know, I got goosebumps, you know, just being during national anthem too. There's been like so many memories, you know, for those big games.
Well, I gotta say, Mark, it's awesome seeing your yellow pads and everything. Great idea to bring that back. Everyone's loving it.
Thank you.
As a player and a guy that's gone through a career like you have, every place you've gone, not only here where it started, but every place just admired and loved and fans. I talked to so many kids, Mark, that say they've played goal because of you. Like, it's just a massive footprint on this game and youth sports and fandom. What did it feel like for you here in Penguins in Pittsburgh over those 13 years? Just where it started, all 691 games, 3 cups and everything. What did it feel like being a Penguin? I had great memories. That's why I live here now, but seeing back here, I gotta ask you.
It just feels like you went back to a quick, you know, right? We had did some good seasons together. it's special, you know. You make so many good friends, and we kept like a bunch of guys play together for many years too, right? So
Marc Andre Fleury swan song.
No item in do YouTube video player.
Together, I think, you know, builds strong relationship too. And,
no item. Sound record.
I was a fan. All the fans have been there, you know, since day one, and always helping me out, cheering me on, you know, and stuff. So yeah, it's good to come back to play a game on their side for one.
There's literally people at this game that were kids when you were here. Now they're like in college now.
I know. I saw some people show me pictures, you know, and they were just like little kids and other adults and grown ups, you know. So I guess it shows my age, you know, but I don't know, it's really fun to meet you know, fans like that have been following for so long.
Well, next we're going to have to go to Wilkes-Barre for a game.
Sure.
We had some great years there as well, didn't we?
I get lots of free time, you know, so why not?
Well, Army and I were watching you this morning, and we talked to Sid afterwards. What's it been like with these practices? I mean, that's I think some of your guys' most fondest memories, and us watching you, just the battles in practice and the smiles, and it's been so palpable and easy to see how happy and how much you guys enjoy each other these last couple of days.
Yeah. You know, to be honest, I might like practice better than the game, you know. Obviously, obviously, you know, being in a full building and playing a real game is so cool, right? Like, it's the best thing you can do. But you know, to practice with these guys and still battle and chirp a bit, you know, talk trash to them when I could stop him and stuff, you know, that was a lot of fun.
I was surprised you weren't shy. You know, coming into a room. Let's face it, you played in Minnesota the last few years, and coming into a room and you just looked like so comfortable, so at home. We're showing your spinning leg kick save. I don't know what you call that. That was from yesterday's practice coming across on Sid. I mean, tell me how good that felt to get back at an old friend. I know you guys go toe to toe. He's smiling. You're smiling. He's smiling. He's loving it.
Yeah, for sure. We always, you know, we talk trash or smile and stuff, but we always want to have the best on the other guy, you know. So I'm always trying to stop him and watching him because he takes rebound from the corner when other guys are shooting on me, trying to score. So I keep an eye on him, but that's what made it so fun, you know, because, you know, obviously we had fun, but we compete every day, you know, trying to beat the other guy, and that's what, you know, made it so good. And yeah, I don't know, it was like old times that it didn't take too long to feel comfortable out there on the ice.
I got to ask too, Flower, you brought the pranks back. I mean, we expected that. I saw the 2-9 decals on a few of your buddies' cars, and we were thinking too, I mean, Colby Armstrong's been a victim of some of your pranks in the past.
Could have all changed. The career could have been different had I kicked that hockey bag, Fleury. Hey, Flower?
No.
That's true.
You're too nice of a guy. You don't kick stuff around. I trust in you.
I want to ask you too, you got your family sitting right next to you down there, and having your kids back here, just how special it is to share this with them, right? And where it started, and show them this is where I used to live, and this is what we used to do. I'm sure there's a lot of that, but for them to see you celebrated here in this game.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, you know, like all that.
You can breathe.
Yeah.
Ride the word.
We're good. It was good. Yeah, you know, the girls were born here, right? And but they were pretty young when we moved to Vegas, so you know, they've been back last couple of times I play here, I think. And like you said, it's good to show them around, drive around a bit, and you know, see all good people were to us. You know, me and my wife here, and my little guy too is 6, so he doesn't have too much memory of me playing. You know, so I thought it was pretty cool. I got to bring him in the locker room and watch practice and stuff, and share this with him too.
You must have been like, Dad, you spent too much time at the rink.
Yeah, it was a long day. Yeah,
it was a long day for you yesterday.
For sure,
you love it though.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to see everybody. So yeah, you have to be patient. It was good.
Well, Flower, enjoy the night. We'll look forward to seeing you in the third. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Nice seeing you too.
There's that prank out of the bag. Mike Cater in the background. I think he had something to do with that as well.
Pause.
Button Alt.
Mark,
recording resume.
Pause.
Button Alt.
Joining us down on that Penguins bench, still scoreless here in the first period. On the next episode of Steel City Chronicles, we rewind the clock 20 years to celebrate 2 decades of Sid the Kid. From the Pittsburgh lottery win to his 100th point, 2005 was the season that started it all. join us for Steel City Chronicles, Sid 2005, debuting Thursday, October 9th at 5 p.m.
Well, you know, before Sid the Kid, I went down to the fish market when we first got Marc Andre Fleury came to town for camp. I was with Ryan Malone, and we got out of the car to go in and eat, and all the guys around there, valet, it's the kid, it's the kid. He was the kid before the kid. I couldn't believe they were saying that. I was like, oh my goodness. But when you're the first overall pick, right, things are a little different.
One of only 3 goalies in NHL history to be taken first overall, and by far the best career of them all. Penguins come in offside. Well, why don't we throw Fleury into this, Army, with the big 4, not the big 3, the big 4. And how about that record when all 4 are in the same game, nearly a 700 winning percentage?
Yeah, that'll get the job done. That'll get you in the playoffs. That'll get you 3 Stanley Cups.
Banners to prove it.
Pretty amazing, those names. And
here's Chinnikov with a step down the right wing. Center's in front, they score. It's Del Belbelouz. Chips it in atop the crease, and Columbus, with just under 4 minutes to go in the first, strikes first.
Just a quick transition. Nothing was happening until something was happening for Columbus. Just in the neutral zone right here. Just a puck that was picked up. And this thing is pushed up ice quick and just gets by Caleb Jones on the wall. And some good fancy passing. Just forehand to backhand by Chinnikov. Kind of sells that shot a little, pulls it over, and Del Belbelouz just right to the net, stick on the ice. Nice pass from Chinnikov. Columbus strikes first. That's great. That's the speed of this game, right?
Yep.
In your own end, just inside your own blue line. Next thing you know, it's a 2-on-1 right in front of Murashov.
Del Belbelouz got a bit of an opportunity last year in Columbus with some of the injuries they had up front. He was productive. He had 8 points in 15 games, including his first NHL goal in there. So
you're just 21 years old. There are a lot of guys that are in and around that age.
Letang, the outlet pass misses Boko and Mama, and just Letang will retreat back to his own end. Got to hurry here as Brennan Gaunce right on his tail. Turned it over to Gaunce. Trying to center in front. He does. Murashov gets a piece of Malatesta in tight.
Good read by Murashov. He knew it was going to come over. Sprawled out defenseman. And he got out at that puck too to cut down that angle real quick.
Caleb Jones back in his own end. Crosby makes his way up ice. Avery Hayes back towards Crosby. Broken up on its way to the captain. Hunt pushes it up the wall for Gaunce. Back down low to Brennan Smith, veteran defenseman in Columbus's camp on a PTO. Went last year with Dallas.
A 36-year-old veteran. Hard-nosed defenseman.
Oh yeah, he'll play it anywhere you want it. Matthew Olivier back in his own zone, drags it free, takes a puck from Hayes. Crosby slaps it back to Brunick. He'll wrist it, and a glove save by Merzlikins.
Good job by Brunick just to get off that line, get that shot through traffic. But here's that save. You see a quick play off the wall, catching 2 players. With Jones down, sprawled out, Murashov. You see that read. He knew he'd get a stick out. Pushes off, under control, very compact, shutting everything down, getting just a piece of it. Big save after letting in a goal. Another quick chance on him. The ability of goaltenders, especially young goalie, right, to be able to reset.
Yep.
Okay, not bad. I got to be ready for that next shot.
Hops past Murashov in his own zone. Brunick picks it up for Pittsburgh. Harrison Brunick fends off a jacket to get it up ahead, and here's Anthony Mantha rumbling in on the backhand, and a save made by Merzlikins as Mantha looked to tuck that short side. Well, here's the Neighborhood Ford Store first intermission preview. Dan Potash going to chat with Avery Hayes, getting time up in that penthouse with Brian Rust and Sidney Crosby. We'll hear from the big 3 on Marc Andre Fleury, and Army and I will give you some of our all-time Fleury moments over the course of his illustrious Penguins career.
This big boy line remains on the ice. Nice wheels by Mantha to almost get in and around. But you can see his reach as he almost reached around the defender to tuck that one in. And Weekend's right there. Mantha, 31 years old, 6'5". Gino, 6'5". Brazo, 6'7", as I talked about them earlier, being huge.
Carlson back in. His Penguins had a couple shifts in a row here where they've tilted the ice a bit. Malkin, though, has it hop off his stick out the center. Del Belbaluz pesters him, and Malkin nearly lost it. It is turned over to Sillinger. He'll shoot off the post, and that ricochets out of play.
I feel like that could not have hit the post any harder.
The clunk was heavy.
So a 2-on-1 quickly. They score another quick 2-on-1 down low. Murashov shuts it down, and then just another break with guys coming back, losing a puck, and Cole Sillinger with a great opportunity. It's like, who's going to take him? Nobody. Mono and mono. Did he get a little bit of that with his blocker as well? I think he grazed it just a bit, just enough. And it hit that crossbar and go out. But you usually hear the ping sound. That was like a thudding ping sound. It was a hard shot.
Face-off win by Bros in his own end. Loose puck comes right atop the crease, and Murashov gets a glove on McHugh's try.
What a save. Another from down low, having a challenge out right away. Telescope out. Every time he gets it with the glove. Murashov also catching with that other hand. A little strange for shooters at times. If I was a goalie, that's which way I would catch as well, which is can be awkward for shooters looking at that. He made a good glove save on that one.
Jackets right back in. Here is McHugh, who was denied on that chance by Murashov. Luca Pinelli rims it around. Koivunen bumped by Keskinen. It's Raquel back to it for Pittsburgh, and Letang will outlet ahead for Kindle. One touch for Koivunen. Drops it back for Ben Kindle. Ben's changing here as Kindle swerves it deeper inside the Columbus zone. Crosby digs it free from Olivier behind the net. Christensen on the backhand up the wall. And chip to center. Final seconds winding down in this first period. And Columbus on that goal by Luca Del Belbaluz is going to take a 1-0 lead to the dressing room.
Yeah, looking on Marc Andre Fleury, and it was Murashov with a couple saves also on after they got that goal. Couple huge saves to keep it a 1-0 game.
Yeah, he was busy. That may have been his
Caps
best
lock
of the night.
Pause. Button alt.
Shot, 7 stops for Murashov. The Flower cheers him on. Penguins with some work to do.
Sound.
Stereo mid. Stop recording. Mark.
Recording resume. Pause. Button alt.
Where he did, Matt Murray took over the net. So just one of those moments. And so he loved his posts. He loved his butt end for making that save. That's the kind of goal he was. That was a big moment in my mind. Yours?
Yeah, I think when you look at Marc Andre Fleury, and you hit some of the big ones there, I tried to think a little outside the box here. We're going to go way back to 2013. He finished with 375 wins as a Penguin, but his 227th gave him the most ever by a Penguins goalie. And this, of course, came after that nightmare of a series the Penguins had against the Flyers the previous spring. So to go into Philly, win that game, set the record, definitely a memorable moment there for Marc Andre Fleury. And you mentioned those times in the playoffs in 2017, Army, that maybe the Penguins don't win back-to-back cups. How about against these Blue Jackets in round 1, game 1? They were blitzed by the Jackets. Flower stood on his head, and they took eventually a 3-0 series lead en route to that series win. And then, of course, his final moment as a Penguin on the ice before tonight, lifting Lord Stanley and understanding that Marc Andre Fleury was the backup at that time to Matt Murray, but still,
antivirus protection expired window renew button. Your subscription to McAfee has expired. Text read only. Renew McAfee. Uninst. Renew.
Players would in that situation, and he finished his
no button. In. No button up yet. No button.
with the Stanley Cup higher.
Player of his
Sound recorder.
Mark.
First overall pick, and you're supposed to come to an organization. He showed some of those great moments and great saves, but ultimately you're supposed to win.
Yeah.
And we talk a lot about Crosby and Malkin and those players, what they're supposed to do. He was a part of that. You're supposed to bring success. And early days before Sid and Malkin got here, he was the guy that everyone in town, when I was here, was like, okay, we got a guy. We got this young goaltender, this young stud goaltender. that's going to be a difference maker. Some of those highlights that we just showed are a reason why this building's packed here tonight to honor him.
Well, those were some of the memorable video moments. How about the most memorable photo we've seen in recent days announcing that Marc Andre Fleury was coming to Pittsburgh?
It's a good one.
Oh, yeah. Not one, not two, but 3 Stanley Cups on display.
And his rings.
And his rings. And I like the Pittsburgh coffee mug.
And the holding of the glasses with the pinky ever so out there. Very classy in the robe.
Yep. That was well done.
This is his personality to a T. Whoever thought of this and came up with this, if it was him, it is very Marc Andre Fleury. Thank you for that.
There he is. Back out there. Of course, if you are just joining us, head coach Dan Muse announced that Sergei Murashov will play goal tonight in the first and second periods. And Marc Andre Fleury will tend the goal here in the third period. As Pens look to chip away at this Columbus lead, 1-0 after 1 period of play.
And just the only time they got in trouble is just some loose play and some turnovers. Of course, it's preseason, and some of these guys seeing their first games, as we know, under the big boys. And so some miscues happen, some timing issues, some awareness issues when you jump head first into a game that's as fast as it is. But Sergei Murashov, I think out of that first period with some of the saves he was able to make to keep it 1-0 was a good showing by him. We'll see if he can follow it up here, getting to play this second period while the 40-year-old waits on the bench.
Luca Del Bel-Belluz, the goal scorer in this game, opposite Sidney Crosby for this second period face-off as we're back underway. Hens and Jackets here in preseason action. Certainly doesn't feel like it, but it is. At PPG Paints Arena. Chris Letang's shot whistles wide of Merzlikins. Both back to the point. Here's Jones. Dishes to Rust. Sends it across Letang. Keeps it at the line. Drops it back for Rust, and that made its way out to center, so the Pens offside.
And we got a penalty call here. A hooking call to Cole Sillinger.
11-4, 2 minutes hooking.
You can see that. There was some exchanges and movement as I believe it was Jones darted down the wall. A little exchange with up top with Rust to Letang, and right there just a little can opener getting a stick in around his hands. So an offside call and a penalty call at the same time, and so it's not offside. The faceoff goes down into the offensive zone.
A little bit of a plot twist. Yep. Now his Penguins power play, which was much improved last year, is going to last all of about 4 seconds as Evgeny Malkin gets a stick on Matthew Olivier, trips him up. So delayed call here against Pittsburgh, and here comes Olivier. Claude takes the pass cross ice, throws it back over to Olivier, and a great save by the shoulder of Murashov as Columbus almost struck on the delayed penalty call.
Evgeny Malkin just in a loose puck situation with Olivier. It looked like he just got his stick on the toes, on the front of the blade of Olivier, which sent him down to the ice.
Pittsburgh 71, 2-minute minor, tripping.
Right there, it just kind of barely touched him, but just enough for him to lose his edge and knock him down. So we're going 4-on-4, and another save from Murashov, and that's that movement, right? East to west. And then the ability also to go east to west and be out on top. You can do that. I mean, I think of Marc Andre Fleury.
Right.
And early in Marc's career, I remember he would go post to post and end up in the corner. He was just an athlete. He was an unbelievable athlete to control his athleticism and place in his crease. I remember Jules Meloche working with him a lot. Coming into the Fire as a young guy, easy to learn on the fly sometimes. It's just a talent and an athlete, so I'll look like that on that play a little bit to Murashov.
4-on-4 for another minute here as the Penguins control in the attacking end. It's Carlson. Snaps it over towards Wotherspoon. Couldn't handle that. Columbus back up ice 2-on-2. Chinikov crisscrosses with Del Bel-Belluz. Has to flex in on Murashov. He had to be alert. He was. And a face-off coming up in Penguins territory.
Look how young he looks.
He is a young man, 4th round pick of the Penguins back in 2022. That man first overall back in 2003. There's Letang, sends it off to Caleb Jones. Jones signed a 2-year deal with the Penguins this offseason, spent last year in the Los Angeles Kings organization. Also with stops in Edmonton, Chicago, and Colorado. There's Olivier back up ice. Controlling for Columbus, cross ice to Brinson off the outside of the net. Jones will track it down there. The brother of now Stanley Cup champion Seth Jones, the Florida Panthers.
Ex-Columbus Blue Jacket.
Yep.
Had some good years here, leading this team through the early part of his career.
Puck loose in the Penguin zone. Russ scoops it up. Penguins short-handed now with Sillinger out of the box, but they don't care. Here comes Crosby across for Russ, topped over his stick. And Columbus in transition, and they have some numbers the other way. Sillinger with Pinelli. Sillinger's shot is shoulder to side by Murashov.
He stood his ground, tried to go short side high. That glove was there.
Smith steps in, and that shot deflects wide. Keskinen, Pinelli drive, and another stop by Murashov. Sillinger turns and shoots. Getting in front of that was Brunik. And it deflects out of play. As out of the box comes Malkin. So a blitz there from Columbus, but the Penguins survive. We'll celebrate
Mark
20
recording.
years of Letang, Malkin, and Crosby at the
Current time 0.
No item in view. Sound.
Mark.
against the New York
Current time 0 hours
Islanders.
51 minutes.
All fans will take home a 2025-26 magnetic schedule thanks to UPMC. Score tickets now at PittsburghPenguins.com.
That's when we kick off. That's game number 2 on home game. There's that Sillinger chance, just trying to wait him out. You can see he just stays big on that post side. He's not giving away that short side. Keeps that glove right up there.
Three minutes gone in this second period. Stanislav Svozil back in his own zone for Columbus. The outlet to Sillinger. Dips deeper into his own zone. Gaunce closed on by Caleb Jones. Penguins get it back, and Letang will outlet to Bros. Try to chip it around the defenseman Poulemans. Stepped in front of that. Columbus back in where Jones will clear.
A smart play by Bros there. It got thwarted, but just the awareness of that defenseman pinching up on him in the neutral zone to tip that by him and try to get on his toes and get after it.
It's all about opportunity for the Penguins, and you really look at that left side of that defense. Caleb Jones getting the opportunity tonight to play with Chris Letang. Parker Wotherspoon and Owen Pickering also on the left side tonight. There are spots up for grabs. I think the right side, you can kind of pencil in some possibilities. There's a drive there from Mantha, sticked aside by Merzlikins, but keep going.
Current time 0 hours.
The net by Mantha as he planted himself atop the crease.
Carlson and Mantha having some chemistry out here right now. Oh, hello, how's your ankles?
Carlson really put Pinelli in the turnstile.
They had him in a blender there, no question. When you're at camp here too, for guys, like they're evaluating every little situation too. So they're going to try you on a penalty kill. They're going to check you out on a power play. Although look at some of the guys in this Penguins lineup. Maybe it's a power play too.
There's Kindle.
Untitled video and Dream HD. Sound.
Wotherspoon drives it, blocked. Ooh, getting in front of that.
Pause.
Button Alt P.
Pinelli, he felt it.
Real Tech Audio Cut.
He has no ankles from Carlson.
No item in view. YouTube video.
So, yeah,
YouTube. Real Tech Audio Cut.
Mark on. Sound recorder.
Sound.
Pause.
No item.
Good chance by Kindle on that short side too. He just tried to pick it high coming down that wing. And it's drawn something up here. They had a little face-off play from Carlson to Mantha on the last face-off. Card Raquel at center ice on this line.
Talked to head coach Dan Muse this morning, and Raquel being at center tonight is not just an attempt to try something. There's an opportunity there for him to potentially play some time down the middle, and he has in the past in his career, most notably in junior, but seen in flashes in the National Hockey League level.
Coming off a career year last year, and then trying to think and build your lineup and build your roster and spots for other guys, and who can fit there if he's going to move to center, right? Who can fit in these other spots? He was signing other guys. Mantha is one of those guys too, but three-headed monster maybe? Could Raquel be that guy?
Columbus ices the puck.
Yeah, Raquel, 35 goals, 35 assists, 70 points. Heck of a season for him last year. He's on a mission.
Played his way on the Four Nations roster.
A little injury, and he was next up and played great while he was there too for Sweden. A real big highlight of last season was that Four Nations, of course.
Face-off won by Crosby. Caleb Jones, shot blocker saved by Merzlikins, and chipped out by Fasching. Letang, a 30-point season last year. Nice pass from Hayes. Springs Crosby. Scores! Sidney Crosby gets the Penguins even.
A high five for his buddy Crosby. First guy he sees down the bench. And just like Columbus's goal, right? Start in your own end, quickly up, and away you go. And for Avery Hayes, sometimes this is all it takes to play with a guy like Sid. Pull a guy to you, an ability to make that 10-foot play. And you will not even be close to in the play with your hands in the air. Sid's so good at speed and timing under the puck. An ability to attack off of that and make stuff happen. And Avery Hayes did a great job handling that pass of his backhand, holding it for just a second, make the player make a bad decision. Leaving Crosby up the middle all by himself.
Well, the building's been looking for a reason to pop, and the captain, as he's done so many times, has done it again. Tang back ahead for Crosby. He'll lift it high in the air. Russ going to try to track this down. Bouncing puck. And Merzlikins punts it away.
Sid's computer is so good, right? So he knows how Russ can skate. All right, a quick decision. I'll just lay it out there for him.
Spoon sends it over to Letang. He'll float it back out the center. Glove down by Boko Imama. There's Leakins. Hits it on the far side. Harvey Pinard back down low. Kuhlman slides it up for Chinikov. Tries to clear. Pinching was Wotherspoon.
Boko Imama is just forechecking like a maniac right now. That's what he's got to do. Get on the body.
There's Del Belbelou's back in. Sauces to the slot. Sillinger fans on it. Disposal. Over to Eric Gabranson. He'll fire off the glove of Murashov, and he covers up the rebound.
And the crowd celebrating the announcement of that goal. And there's a reaction from Marc Andre Fleury. A little wink. We thought so.
He is Mike tonight, presented by Baseball Card Castle.
Stop. Come on, Jenna. Oh, nice. Okay, good burn, man. Good save.
I mean, today the skate, I asked Sid about that energy that he brings and that contagious energy. Just see him light up. You can see everyone else. Of course, they know the magnitude that is Marc Andre Fleury in his career. A lot of these younger guys. They're amazed to probably have him out there. Who would have thought this would happen? But just seeing like the day-to-day, and we talk about that with players, right? Like, what do you bring to the table? You know, it's January or you're practicing, or things aren't going good. How do you approach it? What's your attitude and energy like?
The backhander stopped in the rebound, stoned as well by Merzlikins as Mantha got a crack.
39 years old, yeah, right. Getty Malkin just rolling through this neutral zone, and just the lateral movement of Gino on the fly like that,
so hard to contain. He's so big. His hands are so good.
The Audi goaltending
His
matchup,
speed
Jonathan Quick
combined with
makes
that
his
aggressive
second
speed,
preseason.
he powers through people. The place would have went nuts if he tucked that one over. That's all we're missing. We got Fleury to play. Crosby's already scored. Yep.
Volume increased to 45.
But back to my
All about like this video. Current set.
thing. There's just
Download.
that energy
More
every day.
flip button.
That's
More
what
actions.
makes Fleury so
Save
special
one.
too. Like,
Save more actions. Cancel
he
button.
rubs off everyone.
Songs
He
public.
just loves
Shorts
it.
public checkbox
He
unchecked.
just loves
Songs public
being out
checkbox
there. He loves
unchecked.
having
Popular
fun.
videos
He
public
loves the
checkbox checked.
game.
All videos public checkbox checked.
And you can see it and feel it.
Brass Tack Expand Action Series public checkbox
He did that
Edmonton
for
Oilers 2025
21
preseason highlights public checkbox unchecked.
And there's a big
Vince
part
Anderson
of the
Organ
culture here
Organ
in
Action public.
Pittsburgh as well.
Hockey Organ playlist public checkbox unchecked. NHL 2025 preseason games public checkbox checked. Edmonton Oilers 2025 preseason public checkbox unchecked.
And Merzlikins covers up in the blue paint.
Songs
We're
watch
getting
later
some good
private check.
peeks at Ben Kindle
More
here
actions.
tonight. Impressive. He's had a couple good opportunities, and you can see the little soft touch play and vision. He takes a quick look, just tries to lay it in there. He doesn't rocket it through. It's okay, he'll just put it to a place where Koivunen could get his stick on it. And Smith has him tied up in and around the net. He comes from out from behind and right back out front. A little cut on his nose, too, for the young fella. Always a good sign to have that. Sets up an offensive zone draw for Sidney Crosby. Columbus controls. Gabranson a chance to clear, knockdown. Second.
Up ahead, looking for it. Mariana.
Chips to center. Letang will retrieve there for the Penguins. Slides it around for Avery Hayes.
Speed.
As Caleb
Speed
Jones
is what
got
next
it
group
back in
image.
his own end.
My playlist that I made.
Crosby. Try to drag it around Putia.
I uploaded 130. I uploaded
in Columbus territory. Stripped of the puck by Gabranson. And he'll bank it out to center. Jones back in his own zone for Pittsburgh. Outlet pass looking for Rust. Knocked down by Corson Ceulemans. As Jones will take it back. Ben's changing up front. Ville Koivunen. Flex it down to the Columbus zone. Raquel gives chase. Kindle in there as well. So Dan Muse rolling this line right back over the boards after a strong shift a moment ago. Pestered by Olivier. Slides it up the wall. Malatesta trying to keep it in. Ceulemans turns it over. Brunick. The outlet for Raquel. Leaps it for Kindle. Back to Raquel.
Previous keyboard.
Sending it to
YouTube
Brunick.
video player group. 45 volume group image.
Back down low, and there's Harrison Brunick. Right up on the attack for the Penguins. He has been noticeable again here tonight. I like that play by Kindle to the back door there to Brunick. Just couldn't connect on it totally, but just the vision, right? The smart 99 points in the Western League last year for the Calgary Hitmen before the Penguins took them in the first round. Damon Hunt back to it for Columbus.
YouTube it.
Approaching the midway point of this hockey game. Luca Del Bel scored it late in the first for the Jackets to give them a 1-0 lead. Sidney Crosby the answer here in this second period for Pittsburgh. Carlson's pass right out of his own zone, back down to Columbus territory. Brendan Smith will track it down there. Their brother at one-time Penguin Riley. Hunt chips it back down inside Penguins ice. Here's Tristan Brose. Backhands up ahead for Amama. Couldn't clear. And it's picked up instead by Amama. And this time he'll steer it down inside Columbus territory once more. Del Belbelouz retrieves, hands it off to Cole Sillinger. Burst his speed ahead into the Penguin zone. Gets around Malkin. Sillinger sends it around for Gabranson. Del Belbelouz ran into a sea of black and gold there. Puck squirts free to center. Gabranson sends it off to Christensen. And right back down it goes. Jackets, though, offside as they played it back into Penguins territory. We mentioned some of the new faces in Pittsburgh. There's a familiar one. Benino. He's going to talk with Dan Potash. Nick Benino.
Every product recording resumed.
What has the transition been like for you? You settled in yet?
Yeah, it's been a lot of learning.
Well said. The truth hurts. Thank you. Guys, oh, it's going to be a long season. Oh, the honesty is beautiful.
Volume group.
No gray area with Nick Bonino, the coach. He'll tell you the way it is.
Great having him back into the fold. You talk about other great guys. Obviously, the shorter stint in Pittsburgh for Nick Bonino, but you saw the graphic under his name, 2-time Cup champ while he was here.
And he's a great example, as we're here in preseason at camp, of a guy that did his job really well. Great penalty killer, great face-off guy, awesome in battles in and along the wall to win pucks. Massive part of those Stanley Cup teams. Nick Bonino, welcome back to the Berg and the Penguins. And before the interview, our friend Dan... Oh no, he's getting it.
Oh, not on the specs. Oh, that's great.
It never ends. It never ends. He's got a quick glove, I think you'd say. We know that. Flashes the leather on Potash there. The Penguins would get an opportunity.
Hey, guys, that glove is not as quick as it used to be.
No.
Where are your reflexes, Dan?
He's 40.
Yeah. We'll see how quick it is in about, 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait.
Penguins on a power play here. Raquel's stuff attempt is denied by Merzlikins.
Nets off. Olivier and Malkin tied up in and around the net after that Raquel chance, and Olivier wouldn't let him go, wouldn't let Gino get out of that blue paint. And Potash is forever been in the crosshairs. No pun intended.
I was about to say,
no pun intended.
Angling there with the hairs comment?
He's been in the crosshairs of Marc Andre Fleury for 13 years, and he got one more crack at it tonight. And he got the assignment. He did not fail.
Well, he may not be done yet. We'll see. Penguins controlling here. Crosby sends it off to Malkin. Max McHugh in the box for Columbus for another minute 35 seconds. Malkin in the slot. Raquel kick save. Merzlikins, maybe his best of the night. Carlson, pass misfires through the slot back out the center.
Those are those little timing things, right? A little bit too down with Sid in the slot, possibly. And if they iron that out and get those little movements, it's not so much doing it as much as it is they communicate it. All right, I want you in that little soft spot a little bit more.
Columbus with a clear. Exactly a minute left on this power play. Evgeny Malkin moves forward for the Penguins. Around Chinikov. Sends it to Rust. Drops it back to Malkin. Up top, Letang walks the line. Opens up. Looking down low. Rust had it hop off his stick. Crosby. Pass catches a Columbus stick. Letang picks it up. Pivots away from Gauntz. Down low, Crosby. Off to Malkin. One-timer. Raquel. Glove save. Merzlikins, who's had Rickard Raquel's number on this sequence.
A good save on him earlier, right out in front. I'm going to look at that earlier one right now. I didn't think it was going to find a way to get to Raquel, but the Penguins, with some good execution, do work it around. A big pad save right there, just reactionary, and then a little further out this time. And Raquel really leaned into that one, back across the grain. That's not easy, as you can see. Merzlikins completely stretched all the way out, reaching back with the glove to get that one. I was going to say before that chance, Gino looks great. Skating well, attacking, quick plays.
We've seen the Gino gallop a few times here tonight.
Yeah. I love the way he just casually attacks the guy through the neutral zone. His speed, and then he slips it under the stick and just glides by him almost, it seems. Not many guys do it like him.
There's Mantha. Down low, Kindle hops free to Koivunen. They couldn't stick a fork in that rolling puck. Now able to chip to center. McHugh's out of the box. Team's back to 5-on-5. Kindle goes cross ice, knocked down by Sillinger. Outlet pass deflects down to Putia. And Murashov out of his cage, leaves it for Brunik. Skips it along to Parker Wotherspoon. Rose connects to Brunik. Right around Malatesta. Here comes Harrison Brunik. Blew a tire. Able to swipe it around to Bros. Mama lets it go back to Wolderspoon, across for Harvey Pinard. Brunick takes it in the slot, missed to Mama. Throws down low. Harvey Pinard feeds it for Brunick. Wolderspoon takes the pass, run into by Fashing. And Malatesta carries ahead for Columbus. Under 6 minutes to go in this second period. Malatesta's centering pass, and Del Belbaloo's poke check by Wolderspoon. Was able to drag it to center, but not much further. Malatesta steals it back.
Good work by Malatesta there on the back check to regain control.
He's got it again. The stuff attempt is denied by Miroshov.
A little back and forth after a power play for the Penguins. Well, chance for Columbus the other way. 1-1 here in Pittsburgh.
Did you know?
YouTube video player.
You could spend all night checking every receipt and coding every expense.
No item in view. No item in view.
Or
no item in view.
let
Play keyboard shortcut K button. Sound pause. Recording resume. Pause. Button
Wishes for Flower farewell. Marc Andre Fleury mic'd up tonight. Presented by Baseball Card Castle.
Almost gotcha. Was that it? Is that last puck? Thanks, boys. It's fun.
Awesome. He's having a time, isn't he?
As he should be.
And that is not... Hey, can you wear a mic and just, like, try to show some personality? That's him in a game. Played with him and against him. And you hear that little all the time. He loves it.
Rest the outlet to Avery Hayes. Dump it in. Penguins going to peel off for a change. Hayes will stay out there.
He's like, I dumped it and I'll go get it.
McHugh leaves it. Shot there from Hunt is into the glove of Miroshov.
You know, really, both goalies have played well. Miroshov in the first period, a lot of action to end that period. Merzlikins here in this period as the Penguins have started to really push. That man, Dan Muse, new head coach of the Penguins, and those gentlemen up there, and lady, Amanda Kessel, down at the bottom of the screen there, may have some tough decisions with the amount of bodies and players in certain positions that they're looking at. As camp rolls on and these preseason games roll on.
Penguins did make a round of cuts earlier today. It's interesting, Army, because Wilkes-Barre Scranton's beginning their training camp in Cranberry. The baby Pens are in the building and skating just prior to the big club each day. These last couple of days, that'll continue before they move to northeastern Pennsylvania.
It's been quite a run out there at that rink lately with Pens camp and USHL.
Turnover here. Chinikov, jailbreak time on a breakaway.
Mark report. Pause. Current time 1 hour 15 minutes.
Not bad for the kid, and just some play up top. And Kindle had some ideas of a drop pass.
6:53 p.m.
But man, did he get on his horse. Chinikov seemed to be gone. Good job by Kindle to pester with his legs. Feel that pressure on you, but just pestering him with that stick as well. Taking away options for what Chinikov could have done, and Miroshov did the rest. And a great showing here tonight.
His preseason debut was Monday in Montreal, and he dazzled in that one. A highlight reel stop that comes to mind on Ivan Demidov. Stopped 20 of 21 shots in that shootout loss to the Canadiens. And he's been sharp again here tonight. As Carlson races in after a loose puck. Weston Brazeau Pokes it free behind the Columbus net. Malkin for Carlson. Throws it in front. It's loose. And poked wide by Mantha, who's been noticeable. Malkin's pass to Wotherspoon. His shot tipped by Brazeau wide. Malkin dishes for Carlson. Relays it deeper. Kuhlman's lost the possession. Here's Brazeau using that big frame to protect the puck. As Kuhlman's able to get it back for Columbus, and it skips out the center. Carlson quick up for Brazeau. He's got Malkin with him. Brazeau into the slot. Mantha. Save made by Merzlikins. Another great stop from Elvis Merzlikins. He's kept the Penguins at bay here in the second.
Great transition play. That line ate up the boards, winning battles, being hard to play against, and then this one just off a quick up. Athleticism and footwork from Brazeau, and then ability to find Mantha coming in way late through bodies. Mantha's had some good chances. Just missing earlier on a little poke in and around the net through Merzlikins. Just missing. The line could be a handful. Their size and reach.
That's one thing about the Penguins. You look at them on paper now, Army, especially compared to where they were last April. Kyle Dubas and his staff went out, and there was clearly a desire to add some size. I mean, you mentioned Brazeau. You have Mantha. Parker Wotherspoon is not small by any definition. There's a shot there deflected by Crosby and stopped by Merzlikins.
I think we've seen just in camp here as well, and the added physicality of even guys that were here. Like the camp was ramped up, so hard work, obviously, trying to be ingrained by Dan Muse and his staff with this group. He adds some of that size. I was going to say, even guys that were here at Graves, right, pushing himself to be a lot more physical of a big body defenseman as well. Start to see some of these things start to play out here, although we are early.
Yeah, Alexander Alexiev, who was with the Capitals, comes over as well. Another big body
guy, yep.
Pickering up ahead for Kindle. Ben Kindle, the 11th overall pick. Penguins, of course, 3 first-round picks in this past June's draft. As here is Kindle. Wrist shots nearly snuck through Merzlikins. Kindle with a couple of whacks at him. Merzlikins has been real sharp here in this second period.
And Kindle started that in his own end. Last man back, good poise to getting on your footsteps and go, oh man, I'm all the way back here by myself. And then he turned that thing up ice. He kind of rocked back onto his heels there as he turned. It looked like he lost his balance a bit. And then from his off foot, just flung a wrister right there. He teetered back. And that almost found its way through the body and blocker of Merzlikins. We mentioned his name, Ben Kindle, a few times tonight. Real noticeable. One playmaking. Seen him jumping on pucks with his speed. The back check to catch on that play on Chinnikov. You can see his speed to get back there, and then shooting too, getting some good looks and opportunities in this game.
Brunick, sharp play to bat that ahead for Malkin over the attacking line, and Brazeau unable to get the shot off. And Columbus back ahead, although Brunick another play to make a turnover. As Mantha hit a low backhander denied by Merzlikins.
Mantha should have 4 goals tonight, I think.
He's been all over it. Here's Brazeau, takes it, dangles, backhander, stick aside by Merzlikins. A penalty coming up to Columbus, and not just the size of this line, Army, but what they've done has been too much for the Jackets to handle in this second period.
Yeah, you got some young guys on this team, and Columbus here tonight in this exhibition game, preseason game, but
Columbus
size and skills and hands of these 3 big guys. Here's the penalty right there, just whacks Brazeau right across the face of Smith. 36-year-old on a PTO with Columbus will sit for 2 minutes. Not happy.
Elvis Merzlikins has been really good.
Really good.
He and Penguins goaltender Artur Shilovs are the 2 named already for the Latvian Olympic team. And early returns looking pretty good for Elvis. Carlson's drive there deflects out of play. 45 seconds to go in this second period as the Penguins on the power play for the 3rd time in this second frame.
We'll see what they can draw. This top unit, these guys out here. And Raquel missing Sid with that little soft spot pass that made its way out of the zone. And dying seconds here of this second period. Didn't get a lead.
Carlson out at center, over to Malkin.
Mark recording. Pause. Current time 1 hour 20 minutes 12 seconds 62.
Russ will wait for his teammates to get on side. They are. Christensen to the loose puck, tries to rim it around.
Current time 1 hour.
No item in view plate.
Up, and he will clear it back down to Penguins territory. Carlson, the quick up to Crosby, crosses the attacking line, stick to side by Merzlikins. Walking over to Crosby.
I uploaded 100.
Carlson, down low to Crosby. 12 seconds in the period as Malkin dishes back to Raquel and then Carlson. Time winding down. Carlson takes a look, fires, loose, they score! And beat the buzzer! Ricard Raquel inside in a power play goal for Pittsburgh, has him in front.
You want to find success. You want things to click a little bit, get a good feeling, especially special teams. And it's a good thing Erik Karlsson wasn't listening to the packed house here at PPG Paints Arena as the seconds were winding down to shoot the puck. He held on to it for just a few more seconds, finding that seam to try to hit Crosby backdoor. He did get a piece of it before eventually ending up on the stick of Raquel. And they get that lead going into this exciting, stay tuned, exciting third period.
Well, if there is ever a way to set the tone for the buzz that will follow us into this intermission and then back onto the ice for the third, it's a goal with less than 2 seconds left to put the Penguins in front. That's what you got. As Ricard Raquel has given the Penguins a 2-1 lead through 40. Marc Andre Fleury in net in the third, the first second intermission.
Recording resumed.
One more game.
No item in view. 45 volume group.
One more game together.
So let's savor every pass. He'll be a flower, forever he'll be a flower, forever he'll be a flower, forever he'll be a flower, forever. The flower loves the
We love you.
Number 29, Marc
Pause keyboard.
What a sight. What a scene here in Penguins preseason. Entire arena on their feet. And they are ready for that man in his yellow goalie getup to put on a show for 20 minutes plus here in Pittsburgh one last time.
Sir, clear, sir. Surge combo and extended.
Face-off to start this third period at center ice, but everyone's looking down at the home net. And those iconic golden pads for one last period of hockey with Marc Andre Fleury in the Penguins' goal.
Us here in Pittsburgh one last time.
Well, the face-off to start this third period is at center ice, but everyone's looking down at the home net. And those iconic golden pads for one last period of hockey with Marc Andre Fleury in the Penguins' goal. Penguins looking to add to their lead. That late goal in the second on the power play by Ricard Raquel has them in front 2-1. This play by Russ back to Letang. Shot deflected on its way to the net. Christensen unable to clear. Letang deeper into the Columbus zone.
How's he going to play with this?
Oh, look at
this. This is amazing.
Letang gets him a touch early on. Caleb Jones ahead for Brazeau. Mantha overskates. Cleared to center by Columbus. 1 minute into this third period. Matthew Olivier centers in front through the blue paint and wide. And it's Mantha with a steal. 2-on-1 with Brazeau. The two big men down ice. Mantha, blocker saved by Merzlikins. Wotherspoon up top. Across for Carlson, lost an edge, then lost the puck.
Next keep.
Smith, left wing feed, misses Olivier.
Carlson's
got it back, launches ahead for Mantha. One touch, finds Malkin. Over the line, opens up in the slot.
Marc Andre Fleury swats up.
Tracks it down. Sails it across Malkin, turns and shoots. That's off the pad of Merzlikins.
Mantha tipped that too.
Marc Andre
So that'll be his 8th shot on goal here tonight.
Fireworks sound.
He's had some chances, some glorious looks. Hasn't been able to
count more from PK minutes.
He has been one of the more noticeable Penguins forwards here tonight. So has Ben Kindle.
He's been really good.
Lost possession there as Columbus back in. Runick collides with Gould and behind that Pittsburgh net occupied by Marc Andre Fleury. Bozo moves in. Centers cross ice, backhander.
Subscription. You have item.
I'm nervous for him.
New channel.
I don't know why he's been doing it for 21 years.
Description.
It just feels different. Because it is. Raquel drops it for Koivunen. Lost the puck. Ceulemans takes it back. Dashing ahead for Putia. Steered deeper inside this Penguin zone. Letang will bring it back up ice. Here's Caleb Jones over the line. Bernard in pursuit. Comes away with the puck. Throws in there as well. McHugh steps in front of him.
Throws quick in a little area there. Lost the puck, but got his stick on puck to re-engage on a barrel.
Jones' shot kicked out by Merzlikins. Good work by this line down low to generate that chance up top. Other way, though, comes Columbus. Keskinen across. Shot wide by McHugh. And Keskinen tried to tuck it. Fleury gets back to that near post and covers up.
Everyone slowly rises to their feet to cheer on that save. And just before that, here's that east-west. He's so good with that stick. There's the poke check. Won't let it happen. And then another one from right to left again, just exploding across and recovering. Back short side. It's an electric vibe in this arena. His wife Veronique and kids look on. They must be going, this isn't normal. This is something else.
It's special. That's what it is. Here's Del Belbaluz back in cylinder. Shoots. Scores. Save. Fleury.
What a save by the Flower.
It's an outside shot. He just gives her a little extra after. He loves having fun.
575 wins in what will be a Hall of Fame career for Marc Andre Fleury. See how that ranked in NHL history, right towards the top. Puck deflects out of play.
just looked at, and of course, 375 career wins with the Penguins, most in team history. And it wasn't for the great Marty Brodeur. Some of those numbers are be tough to beat, but well done by Marc Andre Fleury through his career.
Crosby just missed Carlson, who was eager to join the rush there. Misses Chinakhov. That'll come down for icing.
I love that we saw him just a little glove save, and then he just gives a little extra. The fans are loving it. The chants, the energy here in this building, Josh, is awesome. Like this takes you back almost, that feeling. Everyone's here to see him. Everyone wants to remember. And it really is just electric in here. I didn't know what to expect coming here, and I knew, obviously, we know how much he's beloved. Is it one more year stands right down? I coming to the game, the people outside the rink when I was pulling in already lined up.
Oh my gosh!
I was like, oh,
right down center.
I don't know what I was thinking, but I just didn't know what to kind of expect. But everyone showed up.
Their buddy trying to clear Svozil. Able to play it back down low. Pass up top, Svozil. Kuhlman, shot deflected. Fleury gets a piece. Kuhlman's dusts it off. Shot from Malatesta. Fleury to save, and he covers the rebound.
And he's got some words. He's yakking it up. Smiling. But these are some hard shots through traffic. Guys crossing in front of him. Remember, he didn't have an NHL training camp. Good point. He showed up the other day, and away he goes here.
24-hour camp.
Yeah. And this one right here, the last one, it hits off him right in front of him, and he gets his stick. He's so good with that stick. Saw that poke check play earlier. I used to dread coming in on him, even in practice, but you know, he's a prankster kind of, right? We all know this. So he would just shake his blocker. Just shake it. And that was enough to send my brain going, oh no, here it comes. And he'd just laugh. Everything's a little game with him, almost. It's a pitching duel. It's a fastball.
Time 1 hour 32 minutes.
No, it's a changeup.
Kelch was sitting in front. Ashing steals it away from Letang up ahead. Jack Williams carries in back for Christensen. Fleury stops that drive, and out to center it goes. Jake Christensen relays deeper. Fleury out of the net, handles it. Anytime he makes contact with that puck, the crowd loving it here at PPG Paints Arena. Kindle will flip it deep. There's Leakins, bats it to the corner. The mama behind the net tries to center. Comes back to him, steers back to the point. Wotherspoon over for Carlson. He's down low. It's Smith up ahead. Pinelli couldn't catch it. Carlson dangles him. Carlson shoots. Blocked off.
Pinelli again. He got Pinelli earlier. And then he danced him again. Just a nightmare of a guy if you're a winger. Trying to stay with him and cover him.
There's Kuhlman and shoots. Back it comes for Svozil. To the task atop the crease. Hangs off.
Well, he thought that one might have got through his legs. He put his hand back just to make sure, but take it in, folks.
Nope.
They're loving it here in Pittsburgh.
Getting it.
Recording resumed.
Thank you.
Button
Like
alt.
old times, eh? Boys?
Current time 1 hour 34 minutes 9.
Nice bat.
Button alt.
Yeah, it was good. When he brought it here and he came back and then he's sliding, you know?
Why?
That's it. Got any?
A little bit of everything.
And he's a guy that has fun. And he loves the game.
Kick save there on a puck that changed direction. Crosby back the other way for the Penguins. Avery Hayes, Brian Rust making up this top trio tonight for Dan Muse's Penguins. Chinikov scoops up the loose puck. Sillinger, cross ice, Del Belbaluz. Floats it ahead for Chinikov. Stick check by Carlson. Del Belbaluz back for Christensen. Across it comes Gabranson. Snap shot and Fleury the save.
Little tap for the linesman coming to collect that puck. He's interacting with everyone, and routine stop for Fleury. You know, Josh, this is lovely family, able to be here and watch this. A month and a half ago, my wife and I were invited to his retirement party. I never would have thought that a month and a half later, I'd be sitting here calling our first game of the season in the preseason, seeing him down in the net here with those yellow pads on. Bringing the fans of Pittsburgh to their feet again.
Brazeau flips it for Malkin. Back to the point it comes, Pickering. Here's Brazeau, Malkin, one-timer, didn't get all of it. Now Testa will start up ice for Columbus.
Loading page.
Steers it inside
Sunday
Penguins territory.
Sunday music has finished loading.
Justin Brazeau.
The world's best music model dialog close button.
From Malkin, that
Create
hop
with
steeper
close
to the
button.
Columbus
Create
zone.
with V5 button. Close button. Sunday music.
Pass was knocked down by Malkin.
Studio, library, studio, search.
Just lost his edge and
Radio.
crashed dead straight into the pancaked into the boards full speed.
One item selected. Spin button one.
Nothing to
Search by
break
song
the
name.
fall there. Good to see him get right back up as the Penguins play it right back into the Columbus zone. Hudson Fasching up the wall, knocked down by Putia. And it's Letang with it out at center. Carries back in, dishes right wing for Raquel, overskated it, comes back to him, and he feeds Letang. His pass across, though, and out of the reach of Jones. And the Penguins offside, coming back into the Columbus end.
Well, he loves everybody. But maybe the one goalie through his career or his time, or maybe ever, nobody had a relationship with his posts.
Expand key.
Like our Marc Andre
Expand
Fleury.
keyboard. Skip navigation management. Tap into.
A great look back at some of the moments of
search.
him
Search.
admiring those posts, helping them out. A little bit more of the personality of Marc Andre Fleury that we all love.
Search edit word. Heading level.
I love those moments.
Action.
Could be the biggest game. Could be the biggest moment.
Play keyboard shortcut. YouTube
and he still has that.
Turnover and they score!
10 volume group image.
It's Kirill Koivunen picking pockets and putting the Penguins up 3-1.
Well, that happened quick. Columbus has had a little bit of push to start this third period. Just made it pretty exciting. Just off a dumped-in puck, Berzlikins, too much time maybe. And a great angling forecheck by the Penguins to put pressure. Columbus kind of spread out, trying to get open and be available. That time and space got swallowed up, and a good decision by Koivunen to cut in just at the right time. Lands on a platter for a defensive extend the lead. Now by 2, it's the third period.
But 10 volume group.
Lost the puck. Luca Pinelli back down to the Penguin zone. Carlson picks it up there. Pinelli trying to get it back for Columbus. Squirts out to center, and that is where Pinelli gets it. He'll dump it in. So Ville Koivunen is still looking for his first official NHL goal. Racked up the assists when he came up to the Penguins last year. 7 assists in 8 games to finish out that regular season.
We got a good, decent look at him in those times, and they put him in positions for him to succeed. And I know they're really excited about him and his hockey IQ and vision and ability.
Smith races back in for the Jackets, drops it for Del Bell Blues. Smith checked by Brunick. Avery Hayes carries ahead for the Pens, punches it out through center. Rust gives chase. Hunt off the end wall for Smith. Bounce over to Del Bell Blues. Out left pass, caught the stick of Hunt. That's deflected down in the Penguin zone. Brunick.
Oh, nice play by Brunick. Just a little pop pass to the middle. He's smooth, isn't he?
Is he ever? Here's Hayes, hopped over his stick. Kuhlman's up ahead for Sillinger. And he'll dump it deep as we've passed the midway point of this third period. Penguins with a 3-1 edge after Ville Koivunen struck just prior to the midway point. Leakin banks it up the wing. Brazeau. Disposal. Pass knocked down by Malkin. Good to see him right back out there after that awkward fall earlier. And Letang will collect, bring it around, hoping for Mantha. He's got him. Clears to center. Christensen right back in. Here's Letang. Up ahead for Evgeny Malkin. Cross ice Kindle over the attacking line. He'll take a look. Launches back left wing for Malkin. And he'll fling it down low. There's Leakins. Keeps it away from Mantha. Malkin and Kindle collide away from the puck. And Christensen rips it deep once more. Jones shoves it up the wall. Kindle. Smith on the attack, centers in front. It's bouncing around. Fleury gets a piece.
He found it. It was bouncing around in there.
Koivunen able to outmuscle Putia. And it comes out to center. Columbus gets it back. Wotherspoon over towards Carlson. Koivunen sauces it in the slot. Raquel right in. Throws it to the net. Deflects wide.
Might have hit just off the top of the crossbar.
Kindle across Carlson off the post. Back for Wotherspoon. Here's Carlson opens up. Back towards Parker Wotherspoon. Passes for Koivunen. Steps in.
How did he see that? Great chance by Koivunen, hanging on to it, walking in. Denied, but not too long ago he wasn't. That's for you, 40-year-old from the 22-year-old.
I started running my home garage.
Nope. Bye bye. Muted group image.
Marc Andre Fleury doing it all, including wearing a mic for us tonight. And great to get that insight down at ice level now in action in this third period. No look on as the Pens come right back in. Rusto lost the handle. Keskinen turns it back up ice for Columbus. Oiva Keskinen back for Christensen. He shanked the shot. He called icing.
We saw Crosby and Russ getting their wires crossed on entry just before Columbus came down and had an almost chance if that stick would have failed him. But those little things, you're working out some of the kinks at this time of the year. Someone zigs when they should have zagged.
Rust in the neutral zone, leaned on by Sillinger. Loose puck, dug out by Smith, tangled up with Rust, who outmuscled him, able to get it back to Carlson. Oko Imama clears to center. Imama quickly became a fan favorite. Speaking of fan favorites, last year, his Penguins are going to be short-handed here. Owen Pickering appears to be the guilty party.
He's getting Rust, it looks like.
Rust, okay.
Slash. Pickering looked like he played him pretty good coming over on him.
That's what I was thinking.
And it was Rust just reaching it right there. That was it.
Okay.
Pittsburgh 17, 2-minute minor, slashing.
Just that little player right there. Didn't seem like much. All right, Mark. They need you now.
Face-off win by Columbus. Here's Chinakhov back to Christensen. Tyler blocked. Bros got in front of it, and Bros may have a chance. Taken down by Christensen. He's just drawn a penalty on Columbus. And these young kids, Army, throughout this game, they are making their presence felt, and that's the latest example.
22-year-old Tristan Bros. We've seen him on the penalty kill here tonight.
What more from Sun?
Through other game action, you see him get in the lane, block that shot. He's not done. He showed some speed burst. We saw that shot in that goal he had in Montreal. He can do the hard stuff too. That's what makes Tristan Bros interesting. He can kind of put him anywhere. Kill penalties, play hard, do the hard things. You talk about guys like Noel Achari, right?
Yep.
In the last few years, he's always up for that.
As Jones moves in, a shot, and a save made by Merzlikins. Crosby skate to stick behind the net. Protecting the puck, does it as well, if not better than anybody in the world, as he hands off to Malkin here. Rumbles back in. Jones. Back for Malkin. Watched by Gabranson. 4-on-4 hockey here. Another minute 18 is Letang. Crisscrosses with Jones. Pass off a skate. As Del Belbelou's got in the lane, it comes out to center. Caleb Jones back in front of Marc Andre Fleury. Drop it for Ricard Raquel. Raquel picking up speed into the attacking zone, rolls off the stick, right on top of it though. And behind the net to Ceulemans. Former first-round pick of the Jackets makes his way up ice, drops it back for Hunt. Ceulemans back in his own zone.
Marc Andre.
Under 5 minutes to go in this one. Penguins with a 3-1 lead over Columbus. Here's Raquel. Back behind the net, Wotherspoon.
Sharp play by Fleury there. Puck off a shot off the end wall. He's not just in here. He's sharp. Pokes it out of harm's way and able to gain possession for the Penguins.
There's Malkin back in for Pittsburgh. Carlson sends it across Letang out of the box. Rust, Penguins on an abbreviated power play here. Malkin steps in, a Rust skate to stick, hop off the stick, and Gaunts the full-length clear. That'll do it as Christensen's going to come out of the box back to 5-on-5 with 4:08 to go.
Add a song title edit. Add a song title edit.
Russ thought he was going to go there all the way to the other end. Gino said, no, it's my puck.
Here he comes, Malkin back out of his own zone. Will steer it to Columbus ice. Branson back ahead, Letang the steal. Brazeau takes the pass, flips it deep. Takes a shoulder from Smith. Here is Gabranson. Smith out to center once more. Bouncing puck, Brunick tangled up. Pickering there for support. He's taken down by Chinakhov, right back to his feet.
Search by song name.
Igor Chinakhov back to the point. Penguins trying to get possession here. Koivunen entangled up. Fleury all too eager to jump on that puck.
Play bar next song button.
Raquel. Cross ice, stepping up on it is Brunick, and he has not been shy to join the fray. Here comes Harrison Brunick. Tried to pass back in front, picked off by Christensen. Letang for Koivunen. Merzlikins keeps it away from Kindle.
Koivunen, Bros, and Kindle all out on this shift together. And look at some good young talent for this Penguins team in the future.
Fleury the save right on that Penguins crest off the drive from Pinelli. Well, the Pens trying to win for the Flower. Up 3-1.
Discussing hockey, and the Fleury's going absolutely rock star behind Dad. James just crushing air guitar.
I mean, living on a prayer.
He's on the Jumbotron now. Everybody's going nuts. They're having a time of their lives here. Watching Dad.
Loose puck controlled by Rust. He'll steer it ahead for Raquel, trying to get around Del Belbelou's empty net for him. And Raquel will score! Raquel adds a fourth for Pittsburgh, his second of the night.
I was thinking, wouldn't that be something? Flower had a shot at that empty net. You see Raquel here just battling. He's got those hands, slick mitts, and the legs to outskate everybody in battle level to make it happen. Pestered, but just staying with it. Sid coming back, a little tap from the captain. I think Sid's going to let this period slip away from his buddy.
No, I think the first shift of this period when he went heavy on the forecheck told us all we needed to know. Card Raquel, a 2-goal night in his preseason debut as that one's airmailed into the netting above the glass in the Penguin zone. No, I think the first shift of this period when he went heavy on the forecheck debut as that one's airmailed into the netting above the glass in the Penguin zone.
Raquel at center here most of the night. He wasn't a... Sid with another point as well.
Now, being a 3-goal game, Army, when it was a 2-goal game, it makes all the sense in the world to pull your goalie. You wonder, Dean Evason has coached Marc Andre Fleury twice. Perhaps a carrot was dangled there.
Let's see what he can do. Had him in Minnesota. Dean Evason, head coach of his Columbus team. Minnesota prior, and then had him at World Championships as well.
Harvey Pinard back in off his stick. Mama back up top. Brunick takes the pass from Pickering, sends it right back over to his partner. Pickering sauces it deeper. These fans savoring the final 90 seconds of game action with Marc Andre Fleury in the Penguin net. Here's Corson Ceulemans. Carlson rings it back up. Disposal shot blocked by Kindle. Trying to clear here as we wind down the final minute. Jack Williams shot wide of the net. Fashing. Chips it around. Ceulemans. Hit by Brazeau. And floated out to center by Kindle. Smart play there to alleviate the pressure. Dashing back in, poked away by Fleury. Fans are going to rise to their feet here as this puck's kicked wide by Elvis Merzlikins. Hit by Brazeau. And Carlson brings it back up. Disposal shot blocked by Kindle. Trying to clear here as we want. Carlson brings it back up. Disposal shot blocked by Kindle. Trying to clear here as we wind down the final minute. Jack Williams shot wide of the net. Fashion chips it around. Coolemans hit by Brazeau and floated out to center by Kindle. Smart play there to alleviate the pressure.
No item. YouTube video.
Bashing back in, poked away by Fleury.
YouTube video. 20, 40.
Fans are going to rise to their feet here as this pass kicked wide by Elvis Merzlikins.
5 on Suno AI music in 3 more pages.
The memories, the saves, the championships, the laughs, through it all. Merci, Marc Andre. Merci.
Praise the Lord.
As Malcolm throws it back to him.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Marc Andre Fleury.
He's now a flower forever. He's now a flower forever. He's now a flower forever. And he's got the golden flower. He's now a flower forever. He's now a flower forever. Thank you, Marc Andre Fleury. He's now a flower forever tonight.
Play bar.
Skip around. Shootout is to follow. I know. There's a shootout to follow.
Well, we're not finished yet. In the preseason, home teams have the option, regardless of the result, to have a shootout at the end of the game. Of course, the visitors have to agree. And Columbus would have to be insane not to agree to a shootout, and they have done just that. So
That's
these two
great.
teams will wind this thing down with a shootout. You mentioned, Army, going in on a breakaway on Marc Andre Fleury. Here in the shootout.
I don't know what some of these guys have got to be thinking. The young roster, this Columbus lineup. I loved at the end of the game there, just Malkin from his own end, as you finished thanking him in French, throws the puck the length of the ice back to his buddy, plays pass with Letang before Crosby gets that game puck and gives it to him. As everybody was on their feet. And now we get a little extra. And I think we're going to see a Marc Andre Fleury through his career. He's one of those goalies, if you're going to pay to watch somebody and be entertained. And like Sid said to us this morning when we were talking about the entertainment value of Fleury the player, that's what we're supposed to do, isn't it? That's what Sid said as they catch up.
That's a pretty good number when it comes to wins and shootouts.
I'd say so. What's he going to do? Like, anything is possible. Yesterday in practice, he got a windmill kick save out of the air. And he's athletic, fun, and capable of anything, which makes him fun to watch and be a fan of.
So the Penguins will shoot first. You see the Fleury's looking on. And Chris Letang kicks things off here in the shootout.
Play bar preview.
Gotten a piece that one.
Sound recorder window. No item. 5 volume group image. Pause group.
Now Igor Chinikov.
YouTube video.
One with Marc Andre Fleury.
YouTube video.
And we'll see what number 29 in black and gold has up his sleeve.
Play 20.
He'll be a flower forever. He'll be a flower forever. He'll be a flower forever. He'll be a flower.
little stretching routine prior. That was a sight to see.
Routine pad save for the Flower.
Crosby a chance here to give the Penguins the edge in this shootout.
5 muted.
Save.
20 volume group image.
Now Cole Sillinger hops over the boards. Another look at that shot from Crosby.
Play group. Here's 35 volume group image.
Sillinger taking it wide. Makes a move off the post, and maybe that.
20 volume group image.
And there he is rubbing his post. Giving it some love. I love it.
Just reaches back and rubs his post. Thank you. There he gives it a
5 volume
kiss.
group image.
Only fitting after
beautiful.
Letang and Crosby that Malkin goes in the shootout.
20.
And he's unable to convert on Merzlikins. So Del Bell Blues, who scored the lone Columbus goal back in regulation. First push-ups. He scores.
15 volume group image. Muted group image.
And that's it.
That'll end the shootout. And that will end Marc Andre Fleury's time on the ice.
Sunday, play bar creep.
Penguins jersey, but you get the feeling that this moment's about to be savored by the Flyers
play bar previous
and fans alike.
He's now a flower forever. He's now a flower forever. He's now a flower forever. And he's got the golden flower. He's now a flower forever. Thank you, Marc Andre Fleury. He's now a flower forever tonight.
Sunday music and 3 more pages. Personal Microsoft window. Play bar previous song button. Play bar previous.
Both teams, Columbus and his Penguins team, and this city. And what he's meant to this city and these fans.
Marc Andre Fleury heads off the ice, but you get the feeling as we await the 3 stars being announced here tonight. I don't know, Army, just a thought. While we wait, let's take a look back at the final period on the ice for Marc Andre Fleury. He was busy and great.
And some of them weren't easy. Some of them through traffic and those east-west plays that are so difficult. Of course, he's athletic and has those legs, ability to move, and to come out and play the puck a few times. It's like everyone was on the edge of their seat on every save, every shot, every puck handle. And there's the big 4. And they were all ready to go tonight. What a night.
Shootout aside, I think it's very fitting, Army, that Marc Andre Fleury and the relationship that he has and the adoration the fans here have for him, it's perfect. And the Flower was perfect in the third. 8 saves on 8 shots. Let's hear the 3 stars.
Tonight's third star of the game at 2 goals for Pittsburgh, number 67, Ricard Raquel. 1 goal, 2 assists. Your number 2 star is your captain, number 87, Sidney Crosby. A third period shutout. Ladies and gentlemen, your number 1 star, number 29, Marc Andre Fleury.
Five.